Now you go for the wall execution. We're just ready to play a very aggressive flank now for MIBR. As you have a comp at least here for NRG that could play that pulse plant with paint shells, nanoswarms, snake bites. There's great opportunities to play off-site at Long B. But it's just Victor by himself. Getting that first.
Victor!
Oh my, okay, that works out.
Two class.
Maurice watching from the spawn. Patient play from MIBR, thinking that NRG was going to re-aggress out there. Thra and now RGL. Trying to regain towards the map. Frenzy on a 1 versus 1. Som at the top of B Heaven. As the Cove comes out to spray onto the Frenzy, but there's almost no time. Som's playing this perfectly. And a round's going to come in here for NRG on the pistol. Wow. A B-Link. Trailblazer out from JZZ. It's going to get shot down by Som. Not going to spot too much. Vulnerable by a snake bite. Big flash now. As Frog gets 2 kills. Artist on the backstab for the B-Link. But it comes down to those 2 players that we mentioned before. With Pulse Plant utility. Nanoswarm down on 2. Victor still has potentially lineups here with the snake bites. The first one comes down. The Guardian for the first kill. And it's up to Victor on a 2 versus 1. Who does get that pick onto FRZ. Now there's not going to be any time left. Wow. Victor answers back. JZZ saves, and it's NRG with 3.
Round is then going back towards
30
B.
seconds left.
It's going to be a tough hold here. 4v2. But it is a shorty and a sheriff on the other side.
Lockdown in. They're looking for the second one. The flank back gets it. Back into the Frenzy to break it. It's a 2 versus 2. Snake bite into the B-Link. The awareness out of this player coming out from Victor is amazing. The attacker killjoy will allow Victor to reposition down towards the back of the B halls, especially with the toxic screen coming up. Flash now, full blind, it's up to 1. JZZ with a 4th into the round. Crashy's making it a 1 versus 1. JZZ cannot get the ace. It's Crashy's instead with the Red Bull clutch. 1 through the cascade. But now it's a showstopper. Artist looking to clear space. Early shot. Oh my god, he gets 1 through finally onto the high side. Pete now. Pit now comes out, sorry. As Artist at least, yes, has fallen under, but has created that space to allow NRG to play that pulse plant. Travelers are out on the attack, on the defense, on the retake. Snake bite to also stop any players from running down. It's only 1 tap onto the spike. Still 1 more snake bite available here for Victor. Just threw it down. Here comes the heal. Flash does not affect players. It's a 1-for-1 there. And it's Maurice still fighting back. And unfortunately here for the rest of NRG, they got plowed by MIBR's retake.
Could get some good info, but they're all staying behind. Here's the Reckoning Van Silly. Let's just wait to see who they can push out.
And Trailblazer actually went onto the right side instead. Still going to be able to get a plant out from Som.
Yeah. Spike down.
I don't know about this idea of playing outside the site. A pit's available for Maurice.
I've got your trail.
FRZ moving in now for the first blood on the retake. Seekers on the attack to push out the defenders. Snake bites, nanoswarms, everything's up. Heat on the top of the boxes looking for this kill onto Victor. There's just too much utility as the pick comes back. Out on the defense. The spray out. Heat dashing forward. The pit then comes back down. And it's NRG across the board. Finesse with the last 2 kills. Artist gaining that space, can get onto the top of the hut, but now is, oh my god, lurking in to get that entry onto Maurice. Plat comes in, FRZ, making himself known on that flank attempt on mid. Artist continues to push forward. Pain Shell's now available again, pushing Heat even further back, even the Boombot! As he eats it down to 11 HP, now gets sprayed by Artist. The opener into a 3K, opening up the site, and forcing MIBR to retreat.
And they calculated the timing perfect, too. Right as that Viper's bite went down, Artist said, perfect timing. They're going to expect a bit of a delay. He flies straight in. The rest of the team was kind of there already. We saw the harbor plant going down from Som. So they really were not delayed too much. And I
Link. So there's already 4 players inside this B side, but it's a showstopper to come out. Unfortunately, doesn't land. Another Rosa. As the Seekers are being answered back by JZZ. So an all-for-alt, a stalemate with 1 minute left on the clock. We're waiting for the rest of the utils, the next wave of the walls to come up here. Meanwhile, that lurk was lost from NRG. Oh, the drive-by denied, clotheslined. One more left to go, spotted by JZZ. There it is. Cascade now with a Trailblazer around the corner, and Artis.
Oh my gosh,
goes for a drive-by without the satchel to get the kill. But RGL just heard that footstep. It's close. Putting that crosshair placement in, the wall bang across, and Artis again with another entry, make that even doubling it up.
I don't think we have to question anymore if he feels like switching roles has an effect.
Reckoning into the site. Heat now on a 1 versus 1 in the front of control. GZZ with the support to watch his back. So that's a spike down. Heat dashing forward to fight against Victor here. And wins it. Wow. Okay, the pivot. Spike just got picked up. We're rotating back towards the A site. Artis is stuck by himself in the back of the B halls. Just trying to keep them isolated into the B site, allowing now NRG to try to clutch a 3 versus 2.
Looking at the map for a moment there, Vans, it was so spread out. I was actually wondering who was on offense or defense the way that it just panned out. NRG is really trying to spread themselves so they can figure out how MIBR is playing. And now to defend the site here. Util to come in. It's just a heal for the team. Guiding Light might come up soon there.
Player standing.
The updraft misses him. Trying to get the backstab timing.
Ness?
Oh, lights on the 2! And it's not even a happy at the flash to come out, but Heat then swings wide.
Oh, they tried.
And MIBR is able to save that round thanks to that play from Heat, but that was so close there for Finesse.
Had to work for it as NRG is putting up this huge first half fight. Artis, again, first kill.
Pain shells at the top 2. JZZ is going to be forced to just get away out of that position. Satchel charges up. As now a Reckoning now comes out on the defense from RGL. Hit by a Trailblazer. Artis somehow still survives in the back. Is doing enough to allow just all of NRG to play the post plant. 2 nanoswarms are on the ground. The lockdown's not going to do much because we played already outside of the radius of the lock-in, placed down by MIBR. Artis still looking for more and has done some damage. The first nanoswarm to come out. You hear now the high tide coming down too. As that nanoswarm doesn't allow MIBR to tap onto the spike yet. Finesse now stuck in the corner, just running that clock down, doing what he can. And now finally tapped onto the spike. We're just spraying back, and there's just no time left. NRG will still capitalize on the first half to win it 8-4. With how he's been playing on the entryway of the attack, but let's talk about this battle right here off the flash. It's still MIBR in the top, at least for a short stint, as Victor fights right back. Comes in for the 3rd into the round and even picks up an orb. That's a great start here for NRG. To beat Brawly, to fight like they wanted to, and also take control of the spike.
FRZ looking for a big lurk here, but it wasn't the right way. Still thinking somebody is coming over from the side of B. Once NRG actually has all 3 around that spike, it doesn't really matter where MIBR is going to come from. So just looking to pick up these final frags. The Ghost from Maurice could definitely do some work, but I like the defense we have. The trifecta here. 2 classics and a Ghost set over by the spike. Just making sure nobody's grabs it. Easy. So NRG look like they're going to start off with another round for themselves. This obviously could get pretty freaky, but like you were saying, as NRG does get this energy going into their games, a lot of the times it kind of looks like...
Last player standing.
Looks like potentially Victor with an ace.
30 seconds
as he gets
left.
4 into the round. FRZ now spotted by the turret. Victor and Crashies, the dynamic duo here.
Target's destroyed.
Just looking to play together. Swing off contact as the nanoswarm still available for FRZ. It's not going to do too much. Now both of them are swinging out. 8 HP left. But there's no time. One of them is going to run away, and that's going to guarantee the round then for NRG. And Victor on top of that will get the ace. Jeez, Finesse now spotted in the back of the pit. High tide then retaliated by NRG as they're trying to crawl back into Flower Pot. And Artis gets the paint shell kills onto JZZ. Nobody's really going for a plant, which is going to want to go for a last-minute plant, potentially towards the B site. The Reckoning comes out first.
Yikes.
And Heat catching Som, running away. Heat also dashing away. but all of MIBR is actually looking to re-hit towards the A site.
30 seconds left.
Artist on the off angle.
Last player standing.
Everything being well watched by MIBR. Artist is pushing back.
Yeah.
Holding it with Som! Would they both get picked off by Moritz, allowing now MIBR to slowly gain more map control.
Player standing.
Now this man, talked about him before. Unsung heroes in a way that he's been actually lurking around on Icebox before and has put up a stellar performance on these lurks against Crew last week. It's out, so a perfect call, a perfect read for NRG. Here comes now the Seekers onto the attack. He's gonna come in from the B lane, so that's gonna spot Victor right here. Just trying to stay alive, just trying to keep this pit up. A counter Viper's pit on the attack with 10 seconds left. Victor just holding it across the corner. Crashies is there for 2 kills. Comes out to Heat to fight back. Now the spike has been planted. Moritz now dancing out of his pit to be able to get the kill onto Crashies. Showstopper out. Clearing out towards the back of the site. Both did not have to move in. What? Oh my gosh. Moritz still dancing around the pit to get the last kill onto Artis. But then the Cove comes up in an attempt to plant for MIBR. 13 seconds left. Ran through but saved by FRC. Another attempt of a plant. As we're just spraying across, JZZ answers back on the Som. 4 seconds left, and finally the plant comes down. Finesse then gets
4v2.
slumped by JZZ. As a 2-player disadvantage comes out for, make that even up. 3-player disadvantage. Crashies trying to come out for the clutch. The B site with 18 seconds left. Crashies has lockdown though. NRG's closing in. And Crashies gets that first kill on that retake attempt. Som on the top of heavens. Util being used, Util being heard. We're playing behind the high tide, but it's still NRG to fight back.
Enemy remaining.
A 2 versus 1.
Not planning for long.
And it's usually was FRZ that had that lockdown and never had a chance to use it. And because it's not planted for long, it's an easy defuse for Som.
Has to be aware of. The post plan is not going to be easy here as NRG is going to come swarming in with a lockdown and reckoning. Already a main control Van Silly. They got to be aware of that.
That's the thing. 2 players playing on the top there. It's traded out, but that's perfect. And Crashies is still alive, so he has that lockdown from that previous round. And him staying alive is huge because it doesn't allow MIBR to play a post plan. Even catching players pushing forward to try to take Crashies down. Some fights one and kills one from behind. 20 seconds left now. Seekers now coming out. That is courtesy of the attack here from JZZ. Some under heavy attack, hit by one of the Seekers. 13 seconds left. He's being saved by Artis, who comes out towards the back of the site.
10 seconds left.
Things are looking good here. Until then, Spike now falling down.
Spike down A.
So I'm still watching it on a 2 versus 1. No time left for the plant. So no matter what, it is going to be map point for NRG. It's a big kill that Crashies needed. And for the rest of MIBR.
Only 1 Viper bite.
Here comes that Cove out for the defuse. Half and halfway, but it's being sprayed by MIBR. Only 1 player left. They're so low on HP. 1 snake bite at least. Kill from the grave is going to be Victor. But MIBR stays alive. The thing is right here, the Riv is that cancels out.
This post plant's going to be tough to retake.
Som so close here. Waiting for the high tide to come down. The flash for the peak. RGL not affected by it. It will eventually come down to this last round of regulation. The last 2 players only with frenzies for NRG. Well, did some damage there from Finesse. 2 kills.
Overtime on the horizon.
And the plant comes in once again for long range. There's that pit. There's an early Seekers. Heat pushing towards the spawn. The first blood to Som. Everybody's dropping instantly for our NRG. Crashies low on HP, even at 1 HP inside the pit. And we are indeed going into the extra rounds. As
Van Silly, you cannot second guess anything. MIBR's around every corner. And Heat here on screens. 13.
Finally has to activate it. Trying to swing out, and he's actually in the radius to get re-healed now. But Som's watching it. Headshot now, advantage out for NRG, moving into the site. Flash attempted by JZZ, trying to push in through. Artis is getting the satchels in. Oh, RGL though continues to spray, putting down Artis. Spike has not been planted because of all of the pressure coming out from MIBR. But thankfully, it's still on the back here of Som, falling back towards the pillars. Counter sprays coming through on both ends, but it's just light damage being done. At
30
the end of the day,
seconds
it is a player advantage for NRG with 30 seconds left on the clock. As this might be the cue for NRG to fight right back. Flash in 3
Last
seconds
player
available.
standing.
Make that in 0 seconds as Victor just got picked off by GZZ. Or sorry, the opposite. Killed by the snake bite. As RGL now in the back of the site.
Spike planted.
Information's already there. Crashes gets the kill, and NRG's back in the lead. Going early. You talked about trying to force out early utility. They're able to do so as Crashies gets instantly traded out by GZZ. Now it's up to one player in the back of the site. Solo hold, solo play.
They go back to A here?
Probably not. Not
Probably
at this
not.
point.
Not the dive in.
The spike's committed. And Finesse does get the first turns around on the other end, but GZZ's still there. Spike now moving forward from long B. High tide to move up. And this is not supposed to be some sort of back rotate. This is going to be a late lurk coming out of FRZ.
It's going to have to start coming in.
Tap first onto the spike. Oof. Now the full plant coming through. Again, buying some time to allow this flank to happen. It's up to NRG to decide if they want to move really quickly now into the site. Boombot already trying to clear out the angles. GZZ prepped up with a flash. Not even needed. Pulls out the rifle first and does get that third kill into the round.
2v2.
And here's that lurk from the bottom to make it a 2 versus 1. Low HP is Sam at 2.
All targets clear.
It's time to stretch your legs, chat.
Right off the bat.
They've done this. Getting the high tide out, but usually rotates over the B link. This time, it's MIBR that's looking to push. Crashies is waiting, though, while the execution happens towards the B side. Crashies gets the information on 2 players, so some room to breathe for NRG to plant inside this B site. The heal coming up now for Finesse. On to his teammates. The plant's a little bit deep. So there's an opportunity to do a safe defuse if MIBR can move in here from that B link and then initiate the defuse from there. Only Aris is playing towards the back of the site. Maurice is moving forward. That flash assist allows for him to get another one. Finesse answers back. There's only one left to go. It's RGL, 31 HP. Cove up, full HP and armor are 2 players. He lands a nice one there. Cascade up, tap onto the spike. The kill is sticking through. Victor's so smart. Victor's so smart for that win. And NRG once again fight. Evens up the tally on a 4 versus 4. 30 seconds left. Everybody's forced to fall back, re-heal, and re-hit for MIBR towards this B site.
4v3.
Sprays across the end, Artist falls. But we still have at least some players inside the site. Some moving towards the back end.
Delay.
10 seconds left on the clock. The flash! But it does not connect here onto JZZ. MIBR still has something left to stay. They still have some grit. They still have some fight. And it's all players of MIBR looking for the high-low. A big play off the flashes once again from JZZ. Artist is blind, forced to fall back. There's only one player playing towards the back of the site, and it's an assist for a flash to allow Son to move forward. A good look so far on NRG for a post-plant. High tide about to come down. Artist with a third, allowing NRG to get the third into the round. Only one left, and it's Sam putting NRG back at that point.
Back call for 2. It's a big defense for those. All up to Crashies and Victor now, unless the team can get here in time.
Cascade, Jiggle Peak, Victor now snake bite on the ground. Dash coming in from Heat. An assist potentially coming across. Support from the end. It's going to be Artist at the top. Only 1 kill needed. It's Maurice at the bottom. And it's a Sacco to the kill. Artist comes back to fight with the rest of NRG. And we are going to a 3rd map.
That is a sigh of relief from NRG. The entire team coming together there.